Hello everybody, I hope you're having a wonderful day. Today is Guilds of Ravnica release day, which means we've got a lot of stuff opening up today. I have a Golgari guild kit that, in case you haven't seen it, it should be uploaded at the same time as this. So I open a Golgari guild kit and I build a deck out of it and see just what I get and how I build my deck. And I also have this. I've got a Guilds of Ravnica bundle, so we're going to open this together and we'll see what we get. I always end up getting a bundle just because I like the box for the card storage, and you still get 10 packs out of it, which is pretty nice. So let's open this up. We get our little player's guide. It's got a highlight on some of the guilds and some of the cards. It's very cool. And yep, it's got a list of the 10 coolest cards, and then it has the entire image gallery for the whole set. Very cool. Now the box itself, it's nice. It's really simple. There's actually, which is weird, there's no, they usually have the set name on one of the sides here. It's very interesting that they don't. And it looks like this is just a little storage box. You can kind of put cards in there if you lay them down, but it's nice if you have a bunch of dice and you don't have anything to carry them around in. It's a little planeswalker symbol on there. And one of my favorite parts is there's always art inside these guys here, so I gotta be careful not to rip it. Very cool. It's like a floating island in the planeswalker symbol shape. It's very cool. Who did the art here? Titus Lunter. Very cool. I should really start saving these. I lost all mine in the move, and I want to get a little collection going up. Okay, so let's get into the real contents here. We get a die. I got a, ooh, it looks like it's a Boros die, which is kind of nice. These must be the same dice that come in the pre-release kits. I already have a Golgari, and at the pre-release I got an Is It one, so I'm 3 out of 5 now. This is very cool. We get our 10 packs. Just go through. All right, they're all there. What are these? Oh, cool. So it's a little, they changed them into cards now instead of actual paper unfoldy things. Got a little on your turn, what you do, and different magic formats. That's very cool. They just, oh, and deck building basics. Oh, this is really cool. This is nice. So in case somebody gets bought this and it's their first Magic product, they know at least the basics here, and they have the website that they can learn a little bit more about. So awesome. That's good for new players. And we have, oh, what? It's foil. We have our land pack, and it's got a foil. I usually don't open these, but whoa. That's new. I don't think there's any more. I think, oh, they sorted them by color? This is way improved now. These never used to be sorted by color. And also, something even newer here, which I didn't know that they did. Maybe it's advertised on the box. We get a foil basic land of each type. That's awesome. I love basics that are foils like this. Very cool. And then we get the bottom half of our box, a little divider that comes out in case you don't want it. And we are ready to open our packs. We'll start out with the Dimir guy on the front. And as always, we'll skip over the commons, that way save some time here. I do like to count them though to see if foil's coming in the pack. Alright, so our first uncommon, Electrostatic Field. House Guildmage. Circuitous Root. And our first rare is Wild Revival, 4 and a green for a sorcery. Return up to 3 target multicolored cards from your graveyard to your hand. Exile Vivid Revival. So this is okay. There's better versions of it out there, but it's nice for redundancy, and it gets multicolored cards, so it's a little decent in EDH. I might play it, but I'm usually more of a fan of like shuffling the graveyard back into the library. And we got a Selesnya Guildgate and an Elf token. Elf Knight token, sorry. Alright, pack number 2 withdrawal. Having a really bad hair day. Alright, so the trick with that is if you have 10 commons, then there's no foil in the pack. If you have 9 commons, that means you get a foil in the pack. Our first uncommons, Chemister's Insight. This is a really good card. Inspiring Unicorn. Lotleth Giant. And our rare is Charnel Troll. 1, a black and a green for a 4/4 Trampler. At the beginning of your upkeep, exile a creature card from your graveyard. If you do, put a 1/1 counter on Charnel Troll, otherwise sacrifice it. Pay a black and a green, discard a creature card, put a 1/1 counter on Charnel Troll. I don't know how I feel about this card. I would like it a lot more if you didn't have to sacrifice it. If it was just, if you have something that you want to get rid of, you can. I don't think it's that good just because you have to sacrifice it. Maybe I'm wrong though. And we get a Dimir Guildgate and a Soldier with lifelink. Next up is Vraska, a card I definitely hope to get. I have a Sultai control list that I want to try to build with her. Alright, so 9 commons, that means we get a foil in this pack. So our first uncommon is Conclave Cavalier, Hellkite Whelp, Dimir Spybog, and our rare is Gruesome Menagerie. 3 black for sorcery. Choose a creature card with converted mana cost 1 in your graveyard, then do the same for creature cards with converted mana costs 2 and 3. Return those cards to the battlefield. So this is a really interesting card. There's a lot of combos that you can do with it in EDH. In Standard, I don't know if it's going to see that much play, but it is triple revival, so we'll see. And our foil, ooh, this looks really pretty, is a Fresh-Faced Recruit. That looks awesome. And we get a Selesnya Guildgate and a Flying Vigilance Angel token. Alright. Can't get these open. Pack number 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Alright, so no foil. Gatekeeper Gargoyle. Molder Hulk. Pilfering Imp. And our rare, oh, it's actually mythic. We have a Dream Eater. 4, a blue and a blue. For a 4/3 flash flying. When it enters the battlefield, surveil 4. When you do, you may return target non-land permanent and opponent controls to its owner's hand. I don't know if this will see much constructed play, but it's definitely extremely good and limited. I had one in my pre-release kit, and it did very well. You get a Golgari Guildgate and a Elf Knight token. Alright, this one is Amandra, I think is the name. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. No foil again. So we already have a mythic, so I think we might be done with them, but let's hope for more. Beacon Bolt. Demotion. Creeping Chill, and our rare, Venerated Loxodon, 4 and a white. It is a 4/4 Elephant Cleric with Convoke, and when it enters the battlefield, put a 1/1 counter on each creature that convoked it. I don't really like this card either. If it put a 1/1 counter on each creature you control, it'd be way better, but as we stand right now, it can only put 5 1/1 counters on things, so I'm not sure just how much this will see play in any format, really. And we get a Boros Guildgate and a Soldier token. Okay, it's another Dimir guy. I think these are actually ordered. Yeah, so they're in the same order. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. No foil again. We've got Golgari Raiders, Sunhome Stalwart, We Dragonauts, one of my favorite cards, and it's reprinted, so I'm excited about that. And our rare, Light of the Legion, 4 a white and a white for a angel with a 5/5 flyer, and Mentor. When it dies, put a 1/1 counter on each white creature you control. So this is a nice little buff, especially if you have anything that can bring it back. If you have a lot of white creatures, it can pump them pretty fast. If not, it's just a big flyer. And we get Izzet Guildgate and a Bird Illusion token with flying. Okay, we got Glaive of the Guild Pact. Our first double face card, split card. There we go. Discovery Dispersal. We have District Guide, and our rare, Experimental Frenzy. 3 and a red for an enchantment. You may look at the top card of your library anytime. You may play the top card of your library. You can't play cards from your hand, and you can pay 3 and a red to destroy it. This is a very weird card. I want to try to play with it. Pun intended, I want to experiment with it. I think it can be decent, because if you just keep having cards that you can play off the top of your library, it's kind of like card draw in red. And when you don't, you can just destroy it and play your own cards from your hand. So it's interesting. I want to see where this card can go. And we get a Dimir Guildgate and an Elf Knight token. These packs are really fighting me here. So we got 1, 2. No foils again. Night Veil Predator, Rampaging Monument, Street Riot, and our rare, Sacred Foundry. Cool, we get a Shockland, and this is one of the 2 that I don't own, so this is awesome. Basically, these are reprints. You can choose to have them come into play tapped or untapped. If you choose it to come in untapped, you have to pay 2 life, and it counts as a mountain and a plains for fetch lands. These are really good. Selesnya Guildgate and a Soldier token. I'm hoping to get as many of these as I possibly can, especially the Overgrown Tomb and the Watery Graves. Okay, Guild Summit for all you gate lovers out there. Enhanced Surveillance, Book Devourer, and our rare, Atrada the Silencer. 2 a blue and a black for a 3/5 vampire assassin that can't be blocked. When she deals combat damage to a player, exile target creature that player controls and put a hit counter on that card. That player loses the game if they own 3 or more exiled cards with hit counters on them. Atrada's owner shuffles Atrada into their library. This is another really interesting card. A lot of people are trying to build EDH decks with it. It's basically, I guess it is kind of a you win the game card, but it requires a little bit more work. You need stuff that doubles triggers. Blade of Selves is cool because then you can hit everybody. and everyone gets a hit counter, so you can try to kill everybody at once. But it's a really interesting card. It's really unique. There isn't anything like it, and I'm super excited to see what people do with it. And we get a Boros Guildgate and a Goblin. And we are down to our last pack. Only one foil. We've got a Mythic already, so that's pretty cool. See what we get. Alright, only one foil. Well, we did get the basic lands, which are... I'm really psyched about that. We get Undercity Necrolisk, Goblin Crater Maker, Swath Cutter Giant, and our last rare is Risk Factor, a 2 and a red instant. Target opponent may have Risk Factor deal 4 damage to them. If that player doesn't, you draw 3 cards. So this is kind of like Book Burning was. It's got instant speed, so it deals 1 less damage at the trade-off of being instant. But I really like this. A lot of people are brewing with it. I think it can be decent. It's really tough to tell because you're letting the opponent make the decision, and they're always going to make the decision that benefits them the most. So we'll see. But it's very interesting, and I like it. And we get Golgari Guildgate and an Insect token. So that was it for the bundle. Thanks for sticking around, everybody. Hit subscribe if you want to see more content like this, and hit like if you enjoyed it. And I'll see you on the battlefield.